Welcome to the Mama Needs a Moment podcast with your hosts, Chrissy and Cindy, co-founders of Her Plus Health Collective, and moms who understand the chaos of juggling it all. But here's the thing, your well-being matters. That's why we're on a mission to change the way moms take care of themselves. This season, every episode features a roundtable conversation, bringing together trusted experts from different backgrounds to talk about the topics that matter most to moms, creating space for more collaborative whole person care. These episodes are short, meaningful, and easy to fit into real life. You'll hear from our Her Plus expert providers sharing expert insight and real-life tips you can use right away. Learn more about them in our free provider directory linked in the show notes. So take a deep breath, grab your coffee, and let's make these moments count. Welcome to the Mama Needs a Moment podcast, and a special welcome to our Her Plus expert providers that are joining us for today's roundtable conversation on what is really happening to mom's skin. We're going to be talking about things such as sleep, stress, hormones, all the different things that affect skin throughout our lives. Many moms notice changes like melasma, breakouts, dryness, or sensitivity during different stages of motherhood. In our next several episodes, we're exploring how factors like hormones, stress, sleep deprivation, and perimenopause can affect our skin, and which treatments and routines actually make a difference. Before we begin, we'll have each of our experts briefly introduce themselves and share their area of focus. And a quick reminder that our podcast episodes are also available in video format on our YouTube channel.
Good morning. Good afternoon. I'm Abby DeVries. I'm a family medicine physician and a certified menopause practitioner here in Durham. I have a practice that's specifically devoted to women in midlife, and so deal with lots of issues, including a lot of skin and hair issues as well. So nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
I'm Stephanie Opper. I am a licensed esthetician and the owner of a skin spa, Sensational Aesthetics, in Wake Forest. I've been practicing for 10 years. I work with moms, women, older women, men and teens as well. And I see this all of the time. So I'm glad to be here.
I'm Kate Lehman. I'm a nurse practitioner and certified nurse midwife. And I have been working in the community for about 15 years, attending births and taking care of moms. Recently, I opened up my own practice to focus on some of the areas that I felt were most overlooked in women's health care: early pregnancy, the first postpartum year, and perimenopause. They all have a lot of hormonal changes and a lot of big lifestyle changes. So that has become my area of focus.
Farzaneh Rezai. I am a scientist. I'm a microbial formulation scientist, mom to two teenagers. I, post-graduation, once I received my PhD, for about 2 decades, I have worked in various different industry where the focus has been the microbiome of whatever that environment was, whether it's soil microbiome, animal gut microbiome. And a few years ago, I started my own startup, which now I'm focusing on, in general, human microbiome. And my interest is skin microbiome. And learning from a skin microbiome, my background basically and my expertise is how to develop the biological product that actually helps that microbiome. Now, I have products that developed and launched last year. They are living probiotic-based skincare that focus on your microbiome. Really great to be here. Thanks.
Thank you for having me. I'm impressed with this amazing group of women who's so smart. I have been a board certified dermatologist for about almost 20 years now. I used to work in academic medicine initially and opened up my own practice here in Cary about almost 4 years ago now, and just wanted to offer more of a boutique style approach, more customized to the patient, something where we could really offer what we wanted to our patients. And we see a wide range from little kids to older adults, skin cancers to cosmetics, and just really enjoy the work. And I love this group because one of the things that kind of I'm very passionate about is being that village for women. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much for having me here. So my name is Tiffany Webb. I am a licensed esthetician of 15 years now. And so in my journey in this industry, I have worked with, all different types of skin types, both men and women. I currently teach part-time at the Aveda Institute. And then I also have my own skincare studio, Stillness and Skin. And where there I focus mainly with working with women who are aging and in that kind of hormonal flux of perimenopause, menopausal skincare. But things that happen hormonally when you're pregnant that can also kind of throw a little bit of a kink in our typical skincare routines. So I'm just, again, happy to be here, super excited to chat with all these amazing women.
I'd love to turn us now to something that I feel very passionate about and gets me really fired up. Skincare that works versus skincare marketing, because I have bought so many things from Instagram ads that just come for me and they end up not doing anything. Or maybe I don't know because I'm just piling things on. But the skincare industry can feel really overwhelming. And you can walk into any store, you can scroll social media, and suddenly there's hundreds of products promising glowing skin. I also have my phone right here and it's listening to me. So I'm going to have even more ads. Watch. We talk about products that promise glowing skin. They reverse aging. They clear our breakouts. They fix pigmentation. A lot of these routines involve multiple steps, expensive products, a level of consistency that is going to feel unrealistic for a lot of busy moms. And it can leave many of us wondering what actually matters and what's just really, really good marketing. So the question here for our lovely expert panel: when it comes to skincare, what ingredients or treatments actually have strong evidence behind them? And what do moms not need to worry so much about?
I think kind of just a moment for me and Stephanie here, right? Go chat with your esthetician. That's what we're here for, because every person's skin is so different, right? And I mean, when you're listening to marketing, it's like, okay, this is the next greatest thing, and this is for you, this is for you. And it takes in no context to who you are as a person, what you may be allergic to, things that you've used in the past that just don't work for you. So, I mean, marketing at its best is to make us be like, yes, bye. But taking that step back and, if you can, if it's available for you, like go chat with your esthetician, build that relationship so we can work together on understanding your skin. So that way you're not just in like the store or on your phone and you're purchasing the wrong things. And I will say, I mean, that's kind of, as an esthetician, that's one of my things that I'm like constantly kind of a little bit frustrated with also, because, influencer culture, right? Like everybody is there and they're telling us like, oh, this is great and that is great and you should buy this. And it's like, no. And, most of the time the influencers, they don't have any background in skin. They're just have a nice following. And so they're promoting to you. So really some things for you to think about when you're purchasing. One, more and purchasing all these different products and having this 16-step routine is probably not great. Less is more, especially when you kind of have products that can kind of do multiple things. I'm a big component for like serums are super important. They're highly concentrated. They are going to cost a little more, but when you're getting a really good serum, one, it's going to last you for, depending on the size of it, at least about a good 2 months or so. So if you spent $100 on that in your brain, if you can kind of be like, okay, actually that was like, okay, $50 a month, which is if you're like constantly in the store or your TikTok shop cart is constantly being purchased and then you're throwing it out, right? Like if you know it's going to work, then that $50 is traveling further for you a month. But some ingredients to kind of think about, definitely peptides. Peptides are a huge component to helping build collagen and elastin. So as we age and we're starting to see that like loss of plumpness, that skin laxity, peptides are going to be great. I know we were talking about the microbiome, and that was kind of brought up about like ceramides, which are there to help with your skin barrier. So a moisturizer that's going to have some ceramides in there. Lipids, which are like your different oils, like jojoba oil is really great because it's very similar to our own natural sebum. You may even see a moisturizer that says has cholesterol in it. But again, it's which lipid is going to be best for your skin kind of depends. It depends on just your skin makeup. And so that's why, again, if you have that availability to chat with someone, that's super helpful. I would even say like some brightening products. I think we kind of talked a little bit about like oxalic acid is really great for helping brighten the skin. Vitamin C is also great because it kind of does some heavy hitting with brightening the skin, but it also can help with firming the skin. So helping also with collagen and elastin. So it's kind of doing multiple things. And one other little mini caveat I do want to put there is as we age, like our cellular turnover, it slows down a little bit. So it can take 45 days plus before you to see new skin cells pop up to the top, right? So give yourself some grace. Like if we're switching products every 2 weeks or even sometimes every month, you're not really giving the product enough time for you to actually see the benefit. And so just understanding that it's going to take a little bit of time.
Great advice that Tiffany had. Again, I look at everything through microbiome lens. The one thing that it's really important for all of us to remember is beauty industry business model. Beauty industry business model depends on you believing you're not enough as you are. That's a business model, and it's good or bad. That's how beauty industry works. Whereas your microbiome message is complete opposite. Your microbiome tells you that you already have a sophisticated biological system that works for you. Your job is not to override it. Your job is to protect it and take care of it in the best way possible. For your microbiome, less is always more. Putting a ton of different products on top of each other is not helping your microbiome, it's disturbing it. And actually, it was shown by a lot of data 2 years ago and 3 years ago that some of the common skincare product in the market, especially the one that they have a lot of preservative, they destroy your microbiome. And because of that, they destroy your skin barrier. The products that they have harsh pH, whether high or low, they destroy your microbiome. The nice thing is that our microbiome has a way to recover itself, but it won't recover itself as fast as we are aging. And Tiffany was, like mentioning that as well, because our cell turnaround is not that much. So have that in mind. Less is always more, and take care of your microbiome. For ingredients, but last year, American Academy of Dermatology, they published this comprehensive study. It's dermatology, so they go with data clinical. So, just be sure, I want to make sure that set the stage for that. But they did this comprehensive study and they looked at the ingredients to see what is truly evidence-based, what is just marketing, or what is that is hot marketing. It's a good hypothesis, but we don't still have evidence for it. And top in their list, retinol, vitamin A came as this is really good. They had 98% actually consensus for anti-aging, acne, dark spot. Same thing for mineral sunscreen, niacinamide, vitamin C, ceramide, hyaluronic acid. These are all great. But then I look at it from microbiome perspective. And when I look at retinol, vitamin A, at high concentration, it destroyed your skin microbiome. Lower concentration, perfect. And I think Europe banned any retinol above 0.3%. We have amazing esthetician here. You tell me that anything above 0.3%, whether it works or not. But they ban anything above 3%, and that high concentration will also destroy your skin barrier. Within the list that dermatologists actually published, niacinamide is the only ingredient that is extremely microbiome friendly. It actually helps you synthesize. It helps synthesizing ceramide that you really need. So pay attention to those. And I think, again, the one thing that they actually mention it, and I was a little bit surprised because, Tiffany, I'm with you that I think peptides are really important, but peptide was among the list that they said the marketing actually surpassed the evidence that we have. They are not saying it's bad. They're just saying that it has a ton more marketing on it than evidence that peptide and some of the botanical extract, that they do anything, basically. Again, by time, that will be resolved. And the one category that they did not touch at all was the living probiotic. Why? Because there are a lot of science-based literature and a strong science that the living probiotic or living microbe, if you can actually put it on your skin properly, is really effective. But because of the complication, because of lack of the FDA regulation and a lot of marketing that deceives people that the product doesn't have live cell, but they call it probiotic, they didn't even include that in their study. Instead, they mentioned that the regulatory harmonization and the development of a standardized testing protocol is necessary in order for them to even consider this probiotic. So this is the first time that the evidence actually comes ahead of the FDA regulatory. And that's the part that I focus a lot on, the probiotic one, because it's one step, is one thing, and it helps, it works, and it produces what your skin needs instead of you thinking what I need and keep putting on your skin. So keep it simple. Don't buy anything off TikTok. That's the best thing that I can say. And keep telling yourself and remembering that the market job is to convince you to buy more, and your job is to protect your skin. And these are two opposite ends.
Keep it simple, but make sure you're tackling the important things first. So you want to make your skin function the way it's supposed to function. And so in order to do that, you have to stabilize the barrier. So get that to be healthy. And then you also want to take care of inflammation. So treating things that are causing that inflammation. There's a couple more, but those in a nutshell, that you want to look for products that are going to work to do that. So get that skin healthy, stabilize that barrier, get that inflammation down, and work towards getting the skin to function the way it's supposed to function. And then use it. I mean, there's a lot of products out there to get you to help that skin do that. But the probiotics are great. A lot of the products Tiffany mentioned, I am obsessed with. But there's other things. So like vitamin C, always a great product. Vitamin E is lovely. SPF, those are always really great ingredients to have in your arsenal, because they're going to protect, they're going to nourish your skin and help with that inflammation. They're like niacinamide too. That is a great product. It's underrated. It does, it helps with redness. It helps with oil production. It's an antioxidant.
I think it's great that you have estheticians like you, Stephanie, and Tiffany to help guide you, because there's so much on the market. And so I always encourage patients to have somebody help guide you through the ingredients. There's actually something now called cosmetic intolerance syndrome. And we just posted a blog on our website, Oak City Dermatology, about this, because it's becoming such an issue, even in the preteens, where they're just putting on a lot of different chemicals on their face, and people are getting not only irritation, but true allergy to ingredients, even things like, that we normally think are very sensitive, like Cetaphil has chemicals in it that some people can't handle. So if somebody's very sensitive skin, I like the Vanacream line because they're free of fragrance, lanolin, aldehydes. So that's a good line. It's available at Target, CVS. But I definitely agree with you. And then I think that just looking at the ingredients on products helps you understand what's actually in it versus the marketing. So just turning it back up. A lot of times people want to tell them, just bring in all your products to either your esthetician, your dermatologist, whoever you're seeing, and let's look at the ingredients in it. It just helps them understand what they're using. And then I will say that I agree with you that it helps to have somebody guide you, through these things, because everyone's skin is different and it's not one size fits all. So for example, I can tolerate a really strong retinol. My sister can tolerate only the weakest retinol, and we're from the same parents, but it's just everyone's skin is different. So I think if you have, somebody who can go through that with you and build a routine and actually just think about less is more. And there's definitely like a hierarchy for ingredients. And the article that Farzana, you were talking about, it does talk about retinol sort of as a peak, or SPF as a peak of what's beneficial, then retinol, then people would say probably vitamin C, but there's totally a hierarchy in terms of efficacy of results with the ingredients. So
I just wanted to add to, hearing some of this discussion and thinking about some issues that I've been thinking about with two daughters that are 9 and 11. And yeah, I do not remember the obsession, at their age growing up with all the skincare, self-care, every sleepover, they're doing all of these masks. And I just feel like it's kind of some predatory marketing toward women that I'm already having to navigate with my daughters that's really disturbing. So, for me, I really set boundaries on products that I feel like are very youth obsessed, where I don't see women like me, older women, represented. And, I think we just have to also kind of be savvy in our consumerism as far as, all the time and resources that we're putting toward all this upkeep and youth and beauty obsession. Where could that be shifted, so it serves us better, and it serves our society, our culture, our world in a better way.
Very well said, Kate. Thank you so much.
We really appreciate you. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel if you'd like to see the video and all these beautiful faces as we talk about these wonderful topics. And you can always check out herhealthcollective.com and our directory to find these providers and learn more about them and their practice.
Come back for our next episode where you can get more information from our Her Plus expert providers in this current roundtable discussion on what's really happening to mom's skin, talking about all things skin, sleep, stress, and hormones.
That's a wrap. You carved out a few moments just for yourself, and that's a big deal.
We understand that time is limited, but we've got your back, which is why we keep these episodes short, sweet, and packed with goodness.
Don't miss a thing. Hit the follow button so you're always the first to know when a new episode drops. If you had as much fun as we did, let us know by leaving a review.
And remember to let other moms know that we're here doing motherhood alongside you, grateful to share a few moments taking care of you.